I'm Gina, aka Honey Bottom, aka Beer and Leaf. We feed you on Playa, also co-creator of Mighty.
This project is about exploring what it would look like for radical inclusion to be applied to people of color. How could we feel in our power, feel connected to each other and to the larger community if we had a space to ascend and to sit in our full might? This art piece responds to this year's Burning Man theme of iRobot, which asks us to explore the ethics of robots in our society while the recognition of the full humanity of people of color has yet to be realized. It is inspired by reflection on the 50th anniversary of the death of Martin Luther King and his still unrealized dream for the equal recognition of the humanity of all people. Dr. King was killed while in Memphis fighting in solidarity for the dignity, safety, and welfare of black sanitation workers in Memphis. Their slogan was, "I am a man," and it was an assertion of self in a society that questions the validity of that statement. Half a century later, we must still insist that Black Lives Matter in a society that questions the validity of that statement too. Through I Am Mighty, there is radical inclusion, liberation, and expression for people of color.
It'll be 3 tiers, starting at 2.5 feet, and the second tier will be 5 feet high, and then the third tier will be 8 feet high, and that's the last one. All in between and under the structure, we're going to be covering it with 3 different patterned kente cloths. We wanted to serve as a beacon for people to come home, come back to camp. And so at night, it's going to be illuminated from beneath the structure, shining outwards towards the fabric in a warm white. As you're coming down through the slide to get back to the ground level, we'll have some illumination beneath it as well. So it's like you're sliding down and there's all of these lights, and then you'll be able to see some of the cloth.
So this is the first large-scale build for the People of Color Camp. And as an architectural engineer, it's exciting to think about. Black Rock City, it's built from the ground up. And so that gives someone like me and other urban planners and architects a new palette every year to experiment on.
It has been a constant when talking about one's own place in history to think about how far we've come. So, we couldn't play in the same playgrounds. We couldn't interact with people in the same way. And now this platform has many elements and aspects that are very freeing, that are what we want people of color in the future to be doing. It should be okay and not random or out of character or out of your box to go down a slide. It shouldn't be out of character for a person of color to think about space, to just hang out and commune with each other, in a spectacularly lit up platform.